Hey, so I want to go on a little bit of a rant right now, and that has to do with the homeless services that are available. I currently live in Austin, Texas, and this is probably a nationwide problem. Now the issues aren't due to a lack of funding. It's a lack of efficiency. It's a lot of fraud, waste, and abuse, and just the services are poorly constructed. First of all, in the Austin area, there's something called the coordinating housing assessment. Now, basically, in order to get housing from this assessment, you have to lie, or you have to have a you basically have to be a convicted felon and a real dirtbag in order to get services, and you have to have been homeless for years on the streets, which is just it makes zero sense to me. If anything, you should prioritize people that are newly homeless that just need a little assistance to get restarted in their lives, rather than excuse me, rather than making it the length of time that you have been homeless. It's these newly homeless people that if you prop them up and give them a little boost, they can reintegrate and get back into the workforce. Another thing is that there was a place called Urban Alchemy, the Oasis, down in downtown Austin. Now this is a place that I used to go shower and stuff. Many issues with this organization. They have since closed. I guess I read in the paper. I've disconnected myself from most of the homeless scene. But they were supposedly shut down, and their funding was cut off because they were inflating their numbers, fraud, waste, and abuse, in order to keep their funding and stuff. So basically, whoever was running this organization was running a scam. It wasn't about helping the people. Interestingly, the emblem for Urban Alchemy had the all-seeing eye and a pyramid on it. Showing that it's a Freemason organization. It's a secret society-based organization. It doesn't care about the people. It's all a front. There is an illusion of services, of quality services, and it's very frustrating to get any sort of substantial help once you've been victimized by this system, this control system that doesn't care about us. I just wasted 6 hours trying to get service today. I don't want to say specifically which service I was trying to get today because that might undermine my ability to try to get some services later. But it wasn't regarding housing, it was regarding something else that is of critical importance to me. So, it took me, an hour and a half to get to a place. I spent 3 hours there. It takes an hour and a half to get back. So that's 6 hours in my day gone. And so I'm sitting there waiting, and they feed you, but the food I can't eat there because the food is just yeah. It appears to be quality, healthy food, but it's really something that would fuel chronic illnesses and such. So basically, I got a bottle of water and a little Ziploc bag of some facial wipes. That's all I got while I was there. And so I'm going through. I'm sitting there just around all these unhealed energies and so I go up where I checked in right after I'd been waiting in line forever and behind all these other people, all these other homeless people, unhoused, however you want to call it, and so I checked in and then sat down and I'm just waiting and doing my thing, and I'm trying to use my tablet or whatever to get on YouTube or something. Almost everything is blocked on YouTube through their Wi-Fi, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. And then, so then I go up back to where I checked in. I was like, can I get an update of where I stand in this line? How many people are above me, and then will I get any services today? Well, I can't tell you that. Well, why can't you tell me that? Like that would be great information to know. And so it was 5 minutes before 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and they basically kicked me out and said, hey, come back tomorrow. We can help you tomorrow. Maybe, we might be able to help you tomorrow. And it's like, my God, like I just need one thing that I just need like 10 minutes of this organization's time. And they just want me to return over and over and over again. It's just an infuriating process. It's a complete waste of time and resources. And so I didn't get anything accomplished today. And I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because the system's broken, okay? And it's not because of a lack of funding. I know that this organization gets tons of private and public funding. And this is the same with other homeless organizations, or Urban Alchemy that went under. And the people who work in this organization that I went to, I don't want to call them out directly. They have good intentions. The people there on the ground. I don't know about the people running it, coordinating it per se, but the people on the ground have good intentions. But it's just completely inefficient. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated. I've done everything that I can do to try to gain employment, to gain housing, to start entrepreneurial efforts, and everything. It's like just want to choke somebody. We really things got to change. It was really disrespectful. It showed me today that the people there, the organization there, not the people, the organization doesn't care about me. It doesn't value my time. And time is valuable. I could have spent that time either learning things or trying to create a new YouTube or write a new article or create some merchandise to work on my entrepreneurships or work towards creating this new podcast that I'm going to be creating. But no, I wasted my time. And it's not just even the time. It was such an energy drain. And it takes... these types of things just rip your momentum away from you. The wind from your sails or whatever, any sort of momentum you've got, it's just like, gone, So, anyways, we can do better. We can do better on the organization level. We can do better on the societal level. We can do better. And it's just, we need to do better. I'm just frustrated. I'm frustrated. It's like, there's that dam with all these holes poking through it, and you waste your time trying to plug one hole and two more holes pop up, and it's just like this endless thing. Like, the ship's sinking, the dam's coming down. So, let's approach things from a better angle. Like with this coordinated housing assessment and things like this. These things need to be restructured. People need to be offered vocational training to get into becoming like a quality vocation, like becoming a plumber or a mechanic or an electrician, and like an apprenticeship along those lines. Or a lot of people on the streets homeless people are very creative, be it artists or musicians or writers and poets. That provide people avenues where they can work on their art, their creative sides. Because many of these people are homeless because they're nonconformists, and that's not a bad thing per se. But they don't work within this system that only allows certain styles of being and thinking, and it punishes creatives. creatives, mini creatives, true creatives. So, anyways, I needed to go on this rant and release this and move this. This video's at 10 minutes, so I'll leave it there. But hopefully, I'll have a better afternoon and get some work done. But I'd really like to start solving problems effectively. And maybe reallocate resources and reevaluate procedures and things like that, where we can actually solve problems to actually help people not just sustain their existence, but actually climb the ladder. Wouldn't that be something else? Anyways, have a great day, guys. Bye.